The Truth Girls. The Truth Girls.
Hi everyone, Truth Girl Sonia here, and I just wanted to give you an update about what's going on in Montreal with the protest and the encroaching police state. And I'm here with Truther Gabriel.
What's up?
So basically, things are not simmering down at all. Just last week, end of last week and last weekend, 69 arrested in overnight riots. Celebs take sides. And as you see in that article, there's a picture of a bonfire in the street. People were building fires. What had happened was the police, the government passed a law, Bill 78, that now makes it illegal to have any kind of demonstration of 50 people or more unless you get a permit in advance and you notify the government of what route they're going to take, where they're going to be, and what time it'll start and end. Also, you're not allowed to wear hoodies, masks, or scarves. Montreal Martial Law Bill 78 passes. Backlash was immediate. People are really not taking well to this, and they're just considering it like the state trying to squash their right to free speech and to protest. On the 22nd of May, there was a massive rally in Montreal to mark 100 days of student protests, and as you see, the streets were flooded. I went out on the night of the 21st and filmed the protesters, and they were coming out in full force, marching down the street and saying, La loi speciale, on s'en calisse. In other words, the special law.
We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I didn't want to put it that way, but yeah, basically. And then there's the issue of police brutality. There have been a lot of incidents. There have been a few people who had their eyes shot out with rubber bullets or tear gas canisters. One who was in a coma. People have been pepper sprayed randomly, beaten with billy clubs. And in this video, the woman and her boyfriend described being very badly attacked by the police. She was protesting peacefully when she was attacked by a cop, beaten with the billy club, and grabbed by the crotch. And when her boyfriend came to her aid, he was also beaten and very badly pepper sprayed. And they're saying, this is crazy, this is fascism. So what's going on with our cops?
The police seem to have like a really strong hold on manifesting their force, and students and non-students alike, I guess, are starting to realize more and more that police are not there to protect them.
They're basically there to protect the corporations.
When we talk about corporations too, like we gotta think about what we're talking about too. Like the corporations is not only like an entity or a group of individuals who represent people with power and money. It's also the mentality of the system in which we kind of find ourselves in, you know. Like I'm sure the police have their side on the story about how the students are acting themselves, but I don't think we should marginalize a few individuals who had done some wrongdoings or some vandalism just to be able to generalize for the whole student populations. There's a lot of them out there who really are fighting for the cause, and they're doing it for the reason that they wish to see the change in the government and in the laws and the way that things work, the power that they have, which is obviously has less and less reach to politicians. And I mean, what is it gonna take? What is it gonna take, Sonia? It's like as if they want the population to get used to the military police presence almost, you know, seeing cops with helmets and shields and with their batons. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's an efficient way to control a movement.
Well, that's the problem, is that they're approaching it from the point of view of how can we control this instead of how can we remedy the situation. You know, they won't negotiate. The system needs a complete overhaul, really, and they won't do that. So they're just trying to club everybody over the head and pass laws to restrict their freedom. And the students to them, it just sort of strengthens their cause, because this is what they've been saying all along. We have no freedom. It's a corporatist, fascist government. It's repressive, it's oppressive, and that's why they're out in the street. So what can they do? And if they defy this law, Bill 78, they can get slapped with fines of $5,000 each, or $125,000 for any organizing group. And still they're going out, because at this point,
They got nothing to lose.
they got nothing to lose. It's basically war. It's class war. So Gabriel, do you think that there's hope, or are we just heading down the road of tyranny?
I do think there's hope. Like the proof is out there in the streets. And under, what has it been, 100 days, and then another 250,000 individuals, not only students, but there was like all kinds of people in the streets and walking down and protesting again. I mean, this is serious business. I sure do believe there's hope, because if there wouldn't be just people in the streets screaming out what's wrong.
I think that there's always hope, because look what happened to Iceland. Because their population stood up and said they've had enough. And I don't know exactly what process they followed, but they got rid of their government. They have a legitimate government now. They had total financial system overhaul. They forgave all mortgage debt and all kinds of debt. And it's like they had to go back to zero. They had to reset, but they did it. And so if Iceland can do it, Canada can do it. So what do you think? Is there hope, or are we heading down the path of no return to complete fascist tyranny? Well, leave me your comments, and thanks for listening to us, and we'll see you next time.